Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another video. Early Team of the Week predictions. You guys seem to be liking this, so if you do go on to enjoy it, hit that like button. When I first did it, I thought, nah, this is a stupid idea. No one's going to care about this. But turns out, it's a lot more helpful than I thought it might be. So, this week in particular, this weekend, I should say, I'm actually contemplating just stopping where I am in Weekend League because the gameplay has been horrendous. I'm not enjoying it and it's stressing me out. And a lot of people have said that. I put a tweet out yesterday for you guys, earlier for me, said I've just played a game of Weekend League and legitimately had to check my controller was still on about 6 times. And that's no word of a lie. I thought, oh, my batteries have run out. So I looked down and the controller's still on. It's just the buttons I'm pressing are not doing anything. And it was just driving me mad. And it kind of made me think, I wonder who's up for an inform this week. Is there even any point going after those red picks? Let's find out, shall we? I'm going to go just top 5 leagues. We're not going to go into massive detail on anything, really. This is just early. This is just to give us some indication as to how many big names are in contention. So I'm in the French league. I'm going to go from right to left here. So we'll end on the Premier League. There were a few late drama goals there. So there might be a few informs. We'll have a look at the Marseille-Lille game. We'll have a look at Lyon. And we'll have a look at Dijon Mustard against PSG as well. So, Marseille. They beat a sorry Lille, who have been in my opinion, somewhat of a bad run of form recently. They could give it to Kamara. They could give it to Sanson. I'd be surprised if they gave it to either of them, to be fair. Marseille-Lille is actually a fairly big game. But Kamara, if I had to choose one, but probably not. Moving on to Lyon against Toulouse. Memphis Depay, I'm going to say it again. I think I said it last week. He missed out. He got a goal last week and man of the match. This week he's got 2 goals. So, yeah, mark it down. Memphis Depay, I'm going with it in form. Maybe. Let's have a look at Dijon against PSG. I mean, you know, this guy over here, Munier is his name? Something like that. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce his full name there. But that guy could be with an inform. I'd be surprised if they gave it to the striker for 1 goal, but for a left mid with 1 goal, yeah, I can see that happening. Although I saw, was it not last week, the week before? I think it might have been PSG again. No, it wasn't PSG. It was in the Spanish league, and I forget who it was. Some team beat Barcelona or they beat Real Madrid or something, and they didn't get anything for it. So you never know. EA might decide to be cruel people. 3 games on tomorrow. Monaco involved as well as Nice, so you never know. There's some big names floating around those teams, so there could very well be an inform out of there. But so far today, I mean, I'm not really dwell on the 1-0s for teams like Amiens and things like that, because we know that they don't have, like, you know, there's no Marco Reus or Timo Werner to look at, you know. So let's have a look at the Bundesliga. A lot of goals today. Hoffenheim, or yesterday I should say, there's quite a few. I mean, there's a lot of games here that we could get informs from. Let's have a look at Hoffenheim first. Do you know what, right? I'd love a Skov inform, because I think he could be quite good. But if they're going to give it to anyone, surely it has to be Kaderabek? Pavel Kaderabek. Yeah, it's got to be him if they're going to give it to anyone. I'll be honest, though. I don't think they're going to go with anyone from this one. I mean, again, they could give it to the CDM here, Florian Grilic, but I don't think they're going to give it to anyone, and here's why. Up next, we've got Dortmund, right? Same score line. However, and I've just realised, actually, Thorgan Hazard's got a goal and an assist and a man of the match. He's got a ones to watch. I have the ones to watch. I'm well happy about that. See, this is why early Team of the Week predictions is so helpful. Now I know that that card is it could actually be helpful to me. Let me go have a look. Could be helpful to me when building my team. Let's have a look at see how much his price has gone up. So yeah, see, I play on PC. He's up to 35k. I paid like 12k, something like that for him. He just wasn't. He wasn't that highly priced. If we go and have a look at his price over here, he's gone up by what 10k. Yeah, he's gone up about 10k, which is kind of cool. He'll be a left-sided in form, but a right-sided ones to watch. Moving on. I mean, this game, you could literally pick about 12 players from it, right? Timo Werner's got himself a hat-trick of goals and assists. I don't think I've ever seen that before in a Team of the Week predictions. It's a shame that... well, I say it's a shame. I think it's a shame that they play in the Bundesliga and not in the Premier League. And maybe that's the wrong wording. It's a shame that EA favour the Premier League over any other league, because this is very similar to what happened last week with Leicester, and they gave 2 informs from that game. I don't think they'll do it this week, although I feel like there are multiple people in there that deserve it. So, Werner, hat-trick of goals and assists, guaranteed, right? Absolutely guaranteed. But I would also give it to Nkunku, right? It's a shame that he would be a left mid or a left wing, but I would give it to him. You could argue Yusuf Poulsen played a perfect 10, goal and assist, either full-back with a goal, Klosterman centre-back with an assist and a clean sheet. I think Mainz had a goal ruled out. They could give it to Sabitzer, but I doubt it. But there should be 2 players from that game, is what I'm trying to say. Werner's guaranteed, and in my opinion, Nkunku should get it. But I only think they're going to give it to Timo Werner. And of course, this is shocking. There was a red card very early on for Bayern Munich. Boateng got himself sent off, but even with 10 men, you'd have thought that Bayern Munich would have been able to put up some sort of fight. They got absolutely played off the park by Frankfurt. Kostic in form all day long, and that's all I've got to say about that. So there we go. Let's move on to the Spanish League. Upset here. So there were some midweek games, and this is where things get a little bit complicated, because there's actually going to be an inform for Barca and against Barca. So they beat Real Valladolid on Tuesday, 5-1, and from that game, it's going to be difficult to deny Lionel Messi 2 goals, 2 assists, and a Man of the Match award, but that will obviously be sort of in the back of people's minds now because of what happened yesterday with Barcelona, and I'll go into that in just a second. But in my opinion, I would put Messi in there, and I'm going to put him in my Team of the Week predictions because that is an eligible game that he should be chosen for. 2 goals, 2 assists is well up there. Let's move on. Real Madrid, Leganes, 5-0 there. We'll have a look at Atletico Bilbao as well. This is from Wednesday. Real Madrid, got to go with Karim Benzema there. 2 assists and a Man of the Match award. I mean, I wouldn't be against them giving it to Carvajal. Wouldn't be against them giving it to Rodrigo. In fact, I'd really like them to give it to Rodrigo. And I could see them giving it to Ramos as well. Goal and 2 assists for Benzema, though. Again, can you really... I mean, it's difficult to deny him a second in form. Atletico Bilbao, Muniain. I mean, he's got a great card anyway. So 2 goals from Cam with a Man of the Match award. That should be guaranteed. So got quite a few decent cards on the go here. Getafe have won 3-1. Levante, they beat Barcelona 3-1, having beat Real Sociedad a few days before. What a week for them, by the way. 2 games they were probably expecting to lose. Nothing from there. And Levante against Barca. Campania, 1 assist, 1 goal. I have no idea what that card looks like, by the way. Campania. Centre mid, did he play centre mid? He played he played right mid. Oh dear indeed, because he's got 61 pace. So it's one of those cards where you're going to have to start him at right mid and play him centrally. Really, really annoying. But to be fair, I don't think he'd be very good anyway. He's going to have good passing. He'll have reasonable stamina. His composure and ball control are already quite good. But he's got a 3-star weak foot. He's going to be a right mid. It's going to be a waste of a card. I really hope that they don't do it now, to be honest, but I feel like they will. A lot of games on tomorrow because of the midweek fixtures, so there is still a lot to go through tomorrow for proper Team of the Week predictions. But so far, Messi is in contention big time. Again, some midweek games here in Italy. This is a long video. I'm only going to pick out the ones that really stand out to me. So Roma have had a good few days. They beat Napoli and they beat Udinese as well. So 4-0 Lazio against Torino. Big game there. I'd like to say Milinkovic-Savic. I tell you what, though, if the centre-back gets it, Akabi, whatever his name is, Atsabi, if he gets it, that is going to be a phenomenal card because his base 83 is brilliant anyway. He's got some of the best defensive stats in the game, and he's only 83 rated. If he gets an inform, he's going to be off the charts. So I hope they give it to the centre-back. Milinkovic-Savic, you know, could be. Immobile for 2 goals, I wouldn't be against it, but seeing as how one of them was a penalty, he played an 8.3, didn't get man of the match, I'm going to avoid that one. But there's definitely going to be an inform from that game. I'm hoping it's the centre-back. Roma. Kolarov with a penalty and an assist, and he got man of the match, and it was a clean sheet. They could give it to Chris Smalling. The thing about this is, if that was Roma's only game this week, I'd be saying either Chris Smalling or Kolarov. However, Roma beat Napoli yesterday, so if you're going off that, maybe Zaniolo, but to be fair, right, if I was EA, I'd give it to Kolarov or Smalling. And judging by this, maybe they will give it to Smalling. He's got a clearance off the line here in the game that they beat Napoli. He got a goal in the game against Udinese, kept a clean sheet as well. So I'm going to go for Chris Smalling. Although I wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Kolarov, but Smalling is going to be in my predictions. I'll probably put both of them in there, to be fair. Juve have scored against Torino. That's a big game, obviously. The Turin derby. De Ligt has scored it as well. You couldn't write it. He's got a once to watch, of course. So at the moment, if that stays the same, or at least if Juve beat Torino and Torino don't score, what a stupid way to say it. As long as Torino don't score, De Ligt in form. Guaranteed. Well, I say guaranteed. It should be, but you know what EA are like. So let's move on to our final league, the Premier League. Now, Man United have lost, but is that... I mean, I'm not trying to take shots here. I am, but I'm not at the same time. Is Man United losing away to Bournemouth that much of a surprise anymore that we have to give an inform to the side that beat them? It's one of those games, you know, where if Man City or Liverpool go into that game against Bournemouth, you give Bournemouth no chance. But Man United against Bournemouth, you're like, oh, actually, I don't know who's going to win. So is it that big of a surprise anymore to look at this game and go, right, well, it's a guaranteed inform for the left back because he's got, or King's goal, by the way, was phenomenally good. But I don't think it's that sort of bigger shock anymore that you need to just instantly give them the inform. So I'm going to say no from that game, although King's goal kind of did deserve an inform because it was very, very good. Let's move on. So Man City 2-1 against Southampton, normally I'd say no, but the manner in which they've won that game, I would actually be arguing I'd say no. Kyle Walker for me is an inform there. He's got the assist to get them back level, and then he scored the winning goal. So there we go. Inform Kyle Walker all day long. Now this one, maybe Lundstrom, 2 goals in the midfield, or maybe the striker for a hat-trick of assists. Either way, one of them is going to get it, and it's either one of those. I can't quite put my finger on which one. Because he's a striker, I feel like EA may go for the midfielder, because he's a striker without a goal, basically. But one of them, guaranteed. Newcastle, West Ham, Joelinton with an assist. He does have a once to watch, but I doubt it. I'd give it to John Joe Shelby. You know, decent free kick, good performance, hit the bar, man of the match award as well. The shot in which he hit the bar, by the way, was phenomenal. It was ferocious. So again, I'd probably give him the inform, but I wouldn't be surprised to not see anyone there because EA are like that. Mane, it's an interesting one. Goal and an assist. You know, 2 very late goals for Liverpool. 2 goals in 6 minutes. Mane assisted Robertson, great cross, and then he scored a decent header from a corner. But he's already got 1 inform. Is that enough for a player of his calibre to get an inform? I'd like to see it happen, but I don't know if I can see it happening. I also wouldn't be surprised to see Robertson in form, and I wouldn't be surprised to see another Trent in form. But at the same time, it's 2-1 against Villa, a game that everyone thought Liverpool would walk. So just because it was harder than they thought it was going to be, does that mean they deserve informs more? I'm a Liverpool fan, by the way, so, you know, I'd love to see EA just give everyone an inform from Liverpool, but I don't know why, I just don't see it happening. But Robertson, Arnold or Mane, they could be in contention. I don't know, I just can't see it. And finally, Chelsea against Watford. Now, Abraham potentially, but he's only played a 7.8. He got subbed off. Didn't get a man of the match or anything. Pulisic is already informed this week, so they're not going to give it to him. So, in my opinion, they're going to leave that alone. But I wouldn't be against another Abraham inform, that's for sure. So, there's a lot of players in contention this week. I mean, Messi, to name just one from that league. You've got a lot of big names from Bundesliga. Timo Werner's guaranteed. It's actually a shame Timo Werner will only go up by, one rating? No, 2 ratings. He'll go to an 85. But, I mean, a hat-trick of goals and assists, that deserves a 3 overall. You know, that deserves to go to an 86, 87 rated card. That's such an impressive performance. But EA have got their rules and he'll only go to an 85. But still, something to look forward to. And of course, there are quite a few other big names floating around the place. Mane, for instance, and Kyle Walker could be a very good one. So, looks like already quite a juicy team of the week, actually. So, that might help you in your quest for the Weekend League glory. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.